Hey everybody, I want to say a quick thank you before we get started for giving me about 10 or 15 minutes of your time to talk to you about this idea that I have for the 21st century curriculum community here at GHS. You know, some of you are thinking, man, what the heck is this crazy idea he's talking about? So basically what I want to do is I want to get a community of GHS teachers that want to update their curriculum to integrate technology, improve Common Core testing results, and enhance student engagement here at Grossmont High School. Now, you hear all this stuff about Google this and Google that, Chromebook this. Google's the greatest thing in the world. But let's be honest, you guys. You give a kid a boring digital document, it's not any more engaging. They're not going to dive into the text any more eagerly than if you give them a boring paper document. You've got to do something different. And there's a great extension that we all have access to. It's called Google Read and Write. I'm going to show it to you right now. And it's a Google document, but on steroids. So if you look at this document, you think, wow, it looks like every other document. There's this funky toolbar up here, and there's some words that are highlighted in there. But let me show you what this thing does. So I can take any piece of text, and I can
Before the advent of the Industrial Revolution, most people resided in small, rural communities.
I can have it read to me. And some of you are thinking, holy cow, that is amazing. I can use that a million different ways. And others of you are thinking, oh my goodness, man, kids are so lazy now, they don't have to know how to read. But the reality is, you guys, is reading and the fear that some of these kids have because they can't read at the level that we need them to is a big barrier to them engaging with our curriculum. So if we can start them off, for those of them that are having challenges reading, and get them involved with our curriculum this way, it's going to help them pick up the language, it's going to help them pick up the curriculum and the content that we need. They're going to start to learn the words and learn the vocabulary and learn the spelling as they're watching the screen be read to them. And the other thing it's good for is for us. You know, sometimes we write these emails, we'll write some curriculum, we'll send it, we'll hand it out, and then we'll go back and read it afterwards. We're like, oh my goodness, I sound like a buffoon. So a lot of times what I do when I'm writing an important email, I'm writing some lessons, I'll highlight that text and I'll go ahead and I'll turn my back on the computer and hit play. And then that way I can hear my own words spoken to me and I'll catch a lot of my typos, a lot of my errors that way. Now there's a ton of features here. We're not going to get into all of them, but I want to show you two quick ones. First one is this vocab list. So you'll notice those words were highlighted. What this does is when you set up a vocab list, it takes those highlighted words, separates them from the document, and puts them here highlighted. There's a link back to the text those words came from, and then these students can do whatever. Maybe they've got to research the meaning of these. Maybe they've got to use these in a sentences. You know, whatever it is, you can develop the strategy, but this tool makes those lists for you automatically. A great way for marking the text. The other thing it does is this vocabulary list with definitions. And the definitions come in the written form and in the visual form. So here we see the words, the meaning. There's no symbol here. There's a spot for notes. But as I scroll through here, here's word meaning, visual meaning, and then there's a pretty cool one down here for a worker. No, no word meaning, but there's a visual one. So it's another great way to help the kids engage with the text, to help improve their comprehension, help them improve their understanding of the curriculum that you're trying to get to them. Another great one is this clearly, and let's be honest, I did not write that Industrial Revolution article. I didn't look at it online and then type it in word for word. And we've all tried to copy a website before and paste it into a document, and you've seen how that turns out. It just doesn't look good. So as I scroll through this website that has this Industrial Revolution article, I don't know what you guys see, but I see a lot of distraction. I see a lot of noise. I see a lot of opportunities for people and students to get off task, right? So I want this text, I want this information, but I don't want the distraction. So this tool clearly what it does is it takes the document, the web address, and it takes and it filters out all of the distractions, the comments, the ads, the images, the videos, everything else, and gives me just the text that I want the students to read and comprehend and engage with. So I can highlight this, copy it, and then go ahead and do a Google Doc and paste it in there. Turn on this Read and Write in Google and let the kids get involved. The kids will get interactive with that text. Another great feature inside of the Google tools, wrong way, is this translate. So new edition. So you can take any document. I took that Industrial Revolution document, and here is that document translated in Arabic. I don't know Arabic. I barely have a mastery of the English language, and this gets my curriculum, my ideas into any student's hands regardless of their native speaking language. Um, there's a lot of benefits to get involved in this 21st century curriculum community. I'd say the biggest one is this. There's an overwhelming amount of research out there that shows that effective, and I can't stress the word effective enough, but effective use of technology improves student engagement and learning. And in many instances, even increases student desire to pursue the information outside of your classroom. You guys, that's the bucket of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's the unicorn. That's the thing that we're all trying to figure out. How do we get our students, our kids, so excited about what we're trying to teach them that they seek it out when they're not in our classroom? And you guys, is the student going to run home and go, Mom, Dad, I can't wait to mark this text? Or, probably not. But these students love YouTube. They love the video engagement. And you might be thinking, well, big deal. How am I going to do that? Well, you guys, we all have video cameras. If you don't, you can get them from me. I have a ton of them. But we can record our lessons, our labs, our lectures, our activities, and we can get those up on YouTube. And the reason we would do that is it's going to get engagement 24/7, and there's a way that you can take that and you can use Google speech recognition to automatically take your spoken word, turn it into closed captions that can then be translated into any language your students need. So let me show you here. We can do a dissection of a frog in Arabic, or we can learn how to do complete sentences in English. I always like dissecting frogs, so we'll go over here. So here
This is a
we've
grass
got,
frog. The grass frog is in the phylum Chordata,
and you'll notice, it's video, it's closed caption, big deal. But remember, I didn't type this closed captioning in. Google's speech recognition pulled that in automatically for me. Now here's the real power. I can come down here to closed caption, your students can do that, and they can choose to not have it in English, but I want it translated into Arabic. So when I click OK now, that video, my lesson for my students,
This is a grass frog.
they can still
The grass frog
see
is
and
in
hear me in English, but they're reading it in their native language as they're hearing my pronunciation, as they're getting the curriculum. So they're gonna more quickly learn the language. They're gonna have better access to the curriculum that you need them to have, and they're gonna have it 24/7. Also, they can have comments down here, so students will engage, other people will engage with this curriculum, and they can even download the transcript, they can translate it. There's a lot a lot of uses for this, you guys. It's a really, really great tool. There's a lot of other benefits besides just the student engagement. A big one right now, you guys, there's a lot of technology coming onto our campuses. Some of us are more comfortable with it than others, and there's less and less tech support. So if you get involved in this community, I and other teachers on this campus that are comfortable with technology are going to be there to help you out in one-on-one technology support. And it's not being dictated by the district. It's not what they want you to do. We are going to listen to your unique challenges, your unique needs, and we're going to come up with ways to address those for you. It's going to be unique to you. Also, I'm fortunate. I'm involved in the CTE program. I have a technology refresh every couple of years, and I've maintained all of my computers in great working condition. Now, I've got about 25 computers that are just a few years old. They're iMacs. They're awesome. And I'm going to make those available, and Dan's approved it, to any teacher that wants to get involved. This will get 1 or 2 extra iMacs in each of your classrooms, get the kids engaged, get you engaged with this technology. It's on a first-come, first-served basis, though. And then we have curriculum writing money available. Dan said that he'll pay us for developing, delivering, and sharing this curriculum as long as it integrates technology and promotes better Common Core. There's one caveat though, you guys. It's if the district releases its budgeted professional development money. So if they do that, which they do every year, we'll have some money available for us. If they don't, we won't. Who should get involved with this? Everybody. I want everyone. But again, I've got this caveat. I only want teachers that are willing to try new things in order to improve engagement and performance. I don't want teachers that have the mentality of, I don't want to learn how to do it, I just want you to do it for me. If that's what you're looking for, I'm not the guy. This isn't the community. But if you want to learn how to use this stuff, we'd love to have you get involved. It doesn't matter what subject you teach. It doesn't matter your technology skill level. We want everybody that's willing to try new things to improve engagement and performance. I've got one more example, and it's an example that probably a lot of you have experienced before, but there's been some really significant updates to Google Translate over the last couple months to make it a very powerful tool for us. So Google Translate can take, as we know, any word and translate it, but it also goes ahead and gives us the word in context. It defines it, noun, verb, adjective, and everything that's related to that. But it also does it on the translated side, so we can see all the different forms of the word, and we can see them in context, and we can even hear it.
Casa.
Now we can take that a step further, and we can take paragraphs of text. So students can pull text from your documents, from websites, from articles, anywhere, copy and paste it in here, and then they can hear
Los
that
miembros
read back to them.
activos pueden tener uno o dos
If they don't
ordenadores y
understand the
Mac para su
word
salón.
in the English language, well, when they hear it spoken to them in their native language, it'll help with that comprehension. And then a really great piece that I have a feeling a lot of you aren't familiar with is it can translate any website. So here you go, we've got the ASB website, and you see anytime that the word is typed, it's not going to do these pictures up here because that's an image, but anytime it's text, it'll take those words and it'll translate it into whatever language you want. If you hover over the words, it'll show you the original language text, and then we can navigate this thing. So I can go to any page and it's still going to translate it and it's navigable, and I can in the fly change it. I want to do Arabic now. So right now here's the ASB website that went from Spanish to Arabic. So really powerful tools, 24/7 access, breaks down those barriers to get engaged and comprehension of your curriculum. How do you get involved? First of all, I want to say it's super easy, and the students are going to love that you're doing this. Absolutely love it. You guys, the members that want to get involved, you're going to determine how much or how little you're involved, how much you want to do. Some of you are going to want to try to do your whole curriculum in 1 year. Others of you just want to start slow and do 1 or 2 lessons. Whatever you want, we'll make it work. Most of the curriculum development is going to be done online through collaboration tools like email, message board, docs, stuff like that. Occasionally, if you guys want to have a meeting during PLC time, we can do that. If you need face-to-face meetings to help you out with some unique challenges or some unique wants and needs, we can set those up. And if you really want to make sure I reach out to you, then just go ahead and put your name, your email address, and the subject you teach on that piece of paper in front of you. If you don't want to put it on paper, you can email me, or you can just stop by my room 555, and say, hey, I want to get involved. You guys, I really appreciate you taking the 10 or 15 minutes of your time, and I really look forward to working with you guys on this. I'm excited for this opportunity. Thanks, everybody. Have a great year.